I spend a lot of time just thinking, just thinking. I feel like there's this little easel in the front of my brain, and there's this canvas or a piece of paper in the front of my brain, and I'm just drawing on it and moving the things around, moving the figures around, making them here, making them big, you know. So you don't see very much to begin with, and then it starts happening on the paper or on the canvas. Right now I'm working on a big commission for the New Hope housing in Houston, and the architects who are working on redeveloping or redesigning this what used to be a motel have asked me to design 4 metal cutout murals.
The issue with getting an artist involved with the Brays Crossing project, there were 2 things that were impacting us. One is we needed to get around the site, and the second was there is a HUD, a Housing and Urban Development requirement, to mitigate the sound that was coming off the freeway.
So our first and foremost objective is to take the artist's drawing, rendering, or her verbal or his verbal command and put it into perspective the way they want to see it.
Starting with the tissue paper cutouts and coming all the way into these metal cutout murals, I was not afraid of thinking about what I could do on sheets of metal. So I grew up seeing the banderitas fabricator, the tissue paper cutouts. I also saw my grandmother making tissue paper cutouts. And so when I was a little bit older, I saw this book on Mexican folk arts, and there was a section on the paper cutouts. I said, oh, I know how to do that. I can do that. So I picked up some scissors and I folded the paper and I cut it. And then I realized that I really needed to be more detailed, much more than I would be able to get with just scissors and folding the paper. So that's when I started to draw on the paper and cut it with a knife on a cutting board. The minute I started to do the paper cutouts where I was drawing on it and cutting it with an X-Acto knife and picking it up and seeing it, immediately I thought, I need to eventually make these into metal cutouts. Sometimes I'm asked, well, why don't you just do a drawing and then have it made into a cutout? But I've tried that and it just doesn't translate. You really do have to make a paper cutout so that you get the nuances and the delicate aspects of what a paper cutout can show you can do, and then have that actually cut on metal. It's a wonderful experience to get recognition for what I do, especially when it's with artwork that is so closely aligned with my goal as an artist.